Hello and welcome to Walking with the Chosen. This is my channel and I am Shay Keith. I have been going live this week so that I can learn how to use all these tools together and hopefully do lives maybe on a more regular basis in the future for my channel. So I appreciate you taking the time to stop and listen. This particular episode is all about compassion and how we see Jesus in his compassionate ways throughout the Bible, but even inside of the Chosen. So tonight I've got my trusty journal entry out here with me, and I wanted to go over that a little bit. But first, my intro, and I apologize, this is all over the place, but I'm in learning mode, so give me grace, please. So one of the things that stands out the most about Jesus and the Chosen is his compassion. He didn't rush past broken people. He stopped for them. He restored Mary Magdalene when everyone else had given up on her. He crossed into Syria to heal people society ignored. He gave sight to the blind, hearing to the deaf, and a voice to those who couldn't speak. He fed thousands who were hungry, and maybe one of the most powerful moments of all, Jesus wept. What I love about these stories is that they remind us Jesus wasn't distant from suffering. He stepped into it with compassion, love, and mercy. Tonight, I want to talk about what the compassion of Jesus teaches us and why it still matters so much today. So, trusty journal here. Before I was a believer in Jesus, I knew he was part of the Trinity, but it didn't sink in. For some reason, the version I knew was him hanging on a cross in front of our church. We ate his body, we drank his blood with communion, which also didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand who he was, is, and forever will be because of lack of knowledge, and probably because my heart wasn't in the right place. I attended a private Catholic school and we had religion classes. It wasn't until I was totally broken, alone, and going through the hardest part of my life that I recognized I needed him. With encouragement from family members, I cried out to him. In my lowest moment, alone in my camper, I talked to Jesus. And for several weeks after, I'd cry and practically scream to him. My heartache was so painful. Being the loving God that he is, he calmed me. He gave me peace. He led me out of the dark place and gave me real bread of life and true spiritual drink that helped me surrender my life to him. He showed me so much grace and compassion that I knew I needed him and wanted to know him better. Jesus gave us examples of his compassion while he walked on this earth too. We know Mary Magdalene was possessed by demons, and even though the Bible doesn't say how or when they were cast out, we know Jesus did, which is why she most likely followed him from that point on. The Chosen shows that so beautifully in the very first episode. I remember the first time I watched that episode, and I was at that broken point in my life, and I hadn't truly started to follow Jesus yet. I had cried out to him in my camper about a month prior, and I was trying to date a Christian person just so I could do something different this time. And I remember watching that episode with my family on vacation. I was getting ready to go home, and okay, I'll watch this with you really quick. We watched that episode together, and I was crying at the end, and I couldn't understand why I was crying. This is a TV show. Why am I crying? But oh my gosh, it pulled at my heartstrings. And I just loved how he healed Mary just so effortlessly. So awesome. Jesus also cured lepers, healed paralytics, and helped the mute speak, the deaf hear, and the blind to see. In Matthew 14:14, when Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them and healed their sick. In Matthew 20, verse 34, Jesus had compassion on them and touched their eyes. Immediately they received their sight and followed him. In Mark 8, verse 2, I have compassion for these people. They have already been with me 3 days and have nothing to eat. Who remembers that episode from season 3, I believe, episode 8, when he took the 5 loaves and 2 fish and turned it into enough food to feed the 5,000 with plenty of food left over? In Matthew 9:36, when he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them because they were harassed and helpless like sheep without a shepherd. And then in John 11:35, or in season 4, episode 7, I believe, Jesus wept. Repeatedly, Jesus reveals his compassion for his creation, which should remind us how much he loves us. He loves you. If you're hurting today, cry out to Jesus. Ask for healing. Ask him to show compassion in your time of need. So this was a journal entry that I wrote back in November, and when I read this tonight, I'm like, I just need to read this one pretty much word for word. I didn't want to go off script too much, so I hope that you enjoyed that as well. I'm doing something different here tonight with my software. I actually think I have a background that's working. I won't really know until I play this back later in YouTube, but I hope you like the presentation with my Walking with the Chosen background instead of my messy bedroom behind me. And I would love to know, how has Jesus shown compassion in your life? He is such an amazing, wonderful, oh gosh, just God overall, not just Jesus, just God. God is so amazing. God is so wonderful. He has blessed me abundantly. He has brought me to this life that I'm just so thankful to have. And for some reason, back when that Bible verse stuck out to me, and when I read the word compassion, it kept popping up in the different Bible studies I was doing at that time. And that's when I knew I needed to dive a little deeper into the Bible and find all the places where it said compassion, because I wanted to know, what does this mean? And truly, God just loves us. He loves us so much, and he loves you, as I wrote in my journal. So today, if you are not with a good relationship with God, cry out to him with your whole heart and your whole soul. Don't be afraid to talk to him, and just find out what you need to do to surrender your life. For me, I believe it's just as simple as just letting go. Just saying, God, I'm giving you my life. I am in your hands. I'm going to start walking with you, no matter what that means. And then start reading your Bible every day. You're going to get words of wisdom from the Bible, and find a really good Christian community that you can belong to that speaks to the Bible. All right, all, thank you for being here with me. I hope you're enjoying these short live stream videos. If you do, make sure to give me a thumbs up and come join my channel, and I will be happy to provide more of these kind of videos for you in the future. Talk to you soon.